is directed by This first video is from the White Stripes and it's called Fell in Love with a Girl. This video was directed by Mikel and he's an amazing director. He did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, also a number of music videos, Science Asleep, and he's just an amazing director, visionary. I just love the White Stripes. Jack White, you always picture him as being like some 13-year-old kid in his room with his guitar. You know, he's got like, you know, a Les Paul through like a Marshall amp or something. He's just like on his bed, you know he's got like posters or something, and his entire band is somehow like this homage to this this kind of like 14-year-old's idea of like classic rock. But then you take that and you also give it to an amazingly talented songwriter. And so that's great. Plus Meg White's super hot. So here's the video, The White Stripes, Fell in Love with a Girl.
The video on my playlist is our video. It's called Sometime Around Midnight. Our video was directed by DJ Caruso, who's a big fancy Hollywood director. He worked on the movie Eagle Eye. And the concept for the video is sort of a surrealist or magical realist retelling of the night that our singer spent writing the song. He actually wrote the song after we'd all been out together one night, and he ran into the girl in the song, and I think actually our guitarist said, "Mikel, you look like you've seen a ghost," which is the line in the song. And you know, he went home that night and locked himself in his room for 3 days, and we were all pretty worried about him because we hadn't heard from him. And he came back with this song. The video is designed to look like it's one continuous shot, pretty much. You know, and you'll see as you watch it, the camera will move, and then Mikel will be in frame, and he'll come back into frame, and then different members of the band will appear inside the room, in the walls. So here it is, our video, the Airborne Toxic Event, Sometime Around Midnight.
The next video on my playlist is Just by Radiohead. This song is just great, first and foremost, and you know, they're all playing in this bedroom in somebody's apartment, like 5th floor of some big building, and there's this man walking around the street, and suddenly he kind of has this realization of some sort. You don't really know what it is, but suddenly he decides he's just going to lie down. And then, you know, some dude comes over, he trips on him, he's like, "What are you doing there?" He's trying to help him. You know, the guy's like freaking out, you know, "Leave me alone." And, you know, as a result of this big group of people come up and they want to know what's going on with this guy. Why is he there? What's he doing, you know? And he can't tell them because this realization that he's had is going to cause them all to have the same sort of epiphany and the same sort of reaction that he did. And they just keep pressing him and keep pressing him and keep pressing him, and it's like, you know, "You have to tell us, you have to tell us." And finally he's like, "Fine, if you really want me to tell you, I'll tell you." And then the beauty of it, the gag of it, is that, you know, you don't actually know what he says, but whatever it is that he does say to them, you know, causes this really great twist at the end. I don't want to give too much away, because if you haven't seen this video before, then I think you'll get a good kick out of it. Anyway, this is Radiohead, Just. Video on my playlist is Around the World by Daft Punk. The thing I love so much about this is that there's, I think, 5 different types of dancers in this. You have like the Martian Man, you've got the skeletons, the mummies, you've got the girls dressed kind of like a synchronized swimming team, and then you have those tall dudes. I don't really know what they are, they're just tall dudes. And they each kind of represent a different aspect of the song musically. And it's set on this big round stage, and it's just, I mean, the song is totally infectious as it is, but the video is just great because they're doing all these really kind of kooky things that coincide with what's going on in the song. And it's just a lot of fun. This song is fun. That's the video. Sorry, the video is fun. That's the best way I can describe it. So here it is, Around the World by Daft Punk.
So the next video on my playlist is Herbie Hancock's Rockit. So Herbie Hancock is one of the greatest jazz musicians of the 20th century, and this was one of his first sort of big dives into pop music. And this video is all analog robots. I know nobody knows what analog is, but it was literally mannequins and sort of handmade robots dancing around. And he actually won some type of music video award and performed this song live on an award show with the dancing pants that you're about to see. So here we go with Herbie Hancock's Rockit.
Cibo Matto were a band. They're comprised of two Japanese girls who actually are a New York band, even though they're both Japanese. And their name means crazy food in Italian. So a lot of their songs have this food vibe. There's a song called Know Your Chicken. I'm not sure, there's a lot to be learned about, cooking chicken. This song is called Sugar Water. It was directed by Mikel, and it's kind of an amazing video. It uses a split screen, and you follow each of the girls in the band doing their daily routines, and one is in reverse and one's in regular, one's going forward, and they meet in the middle. One of them gets run over or gets hit by a car that the other girl is driving, and she's riding a bike. And then it switches perspectives, and you follow the other girl back to her apartment, and it's kind of amazing. It just plays a lot of visual tricks on you. Mikel is really attentive to detail, and it's kind of just one of his many brilliant videos, but this one is definitely one to watch a few times so you can catch all the intricacies of it. So here it is, Cibo Matto with Sugar Water.
Video on my playlist is Dire Straits' Money for Nothing. So this is one of the first rock videos I've ever seen. I remember watching it with my brother, and he was just flipping out about how cool Dire Straits was. It's one of the first entirely computer-generated music videos, and it actually features backing vocals by Sting. Here it is. This is Dire Straits' Money for Nothing.
The next video on my playlist is Hurt by Johnny Cash. I'm going to admit something, internet, don't tell anybody. Every time I see this video, I can't help but tear up a little bit. And not only because it's this retrospective kind of about Johnny Cash's life, and not just because it's, a cover of Trent Reznor, but it was actually, I think, literally 2 months before he died or something like that. And you see him in this state, and what was great, you just realize that Johnny Cash was just this artist his whole life. And I think for those of us who are maybe in my generation, I just thought he was just a country singer for the longest time. And then that was literally my introduction to like, wow, he's just going for it. He doesn't mind writing this song about, or singing this song about how his life has lost meaning, or his impending death or whatever. And then he just died. And you're just like, whoa, it's like really mind-blowing. Here it is, I defy you not to cry. This is Johnny Cash, Hurt.
Jarvis Cocker with Don't Let Him Waste Your Time. One of the things I love about this video is it starts off with text message, and I always think that there should be more text messaging in videos to make it interesting. The video is just one big shot, one long shot of Jarvis Cocker as a London cab driver, and it starts off with this girl who's just had a rough night with her boyfriend. She gets in and she sees this text message, and the driver is Jarvis Cocker, and he just wants to cheer her up and tell her, don't let him waste her time. And he just takes her on this wild ride through London. He never looks at the road, and he's running people over, running bikes over, and she's freaking out the whole time, and he just keeps talking to her. And I always thought it would be fun to get in a cab and just talk with Jarvis Cocker, because he's one of my all-time heroes. Here it is, Jarvis Cocker with Don't Let Him Waste Your Time.